The Morris Minors were produced in England from 1948 to 1971. And they were a very, very successful car for a British car. They sold over 1.6 million versions of this. And there was a coupe, four-door, there was a tourer, which is a convertible, there were vans, utility vehicles, but then there was also this, the pint-sized little Woody, the so-called Morris Minor Traveler, which has an aluminum and wood frame in the back, basically married to the front end of a Morris Minor coupe. And it was produced in the factory that way. And they were one of the last types of Morris Minors produced, and at the end of the run, late 60s, early 70s, they were the biggest seller. They lost money on every one of these cars. And you can see, here's the back of it. This is not the correct finish, by the way, but this is what it looks like as bought. There's your storage area for your tires and your tools. There's the original British license plate, which suggests it was registered probably 1971 with the J at the end there. Pretty crude. These are the original fixtures, the original hinges, but charming, absolutely charming car. And of course, because it's a British car, it's a proper right-hand drive. Now notice the color of the dash. That was the original color of the car. It's called teal blue. And if you look at the interior, this was the original color of the interior. It was called lime flower. So this would be then a late 70s car, sold probably in 1971 and registered then. There's the rear seat. And that would be a non-authentic carpet. All the instruments are just one thing here: a speedometer, a fuel gauge, a warning light for your oil pressure and the oil filter, and a warning light for the ignition and the high beams or low beams. Very, very simple car. 4-speed transmission. Right there is the brake master cylinder. And then the engine is a little, in this model anyway, just over 1 liter Austin A-series engine. Very, very good engine. They made millions of these things. Single SU carburetor. This is the same kind of engine you would have found in a contemporary Midget or Austin Healey Sprite of the time, as well as other products by the British Motor Corporation, as it was known around that period, and eventually, of course, merged, become British Leyland. I've already pulled off the thermostat housing and the water pump because I knew they needed to be replaced. I'll be pulling everything off the engine, and we'll be refinishing the car, of course. And there's the original paint color showing up under the hood here. And at some point it was painted in black with gold highlights, a boy racer stripe on it. All of that's going to come off, and we're going to go back to original. You can see these wheels. These are not Morris Minor wheels. These are the Ross style MG Midget wheels. This was popular to put these on, made the car look a little bit racier. They're a 13-inch rim. They fit on the car, although the later model Morris's had a 14-inch rim. And so at some point those were put on the car. So it's a very, very solid car. No rust in the outer panels. Really no much rust at all underneath. There's a little bit around some of the little holes that you put the jack in here, but those are very easy to replace. Really solid car. Been in Southern California since 1983. That's one of the reasons it's so solid. That's one of the reasons I bought it. It's because it doesn't have tons and tons of rot, which is what can happen in these little unibody Morrises. So this is what we're going to be working on, and it's about the cutest car in the whole world. Of all the cars that I've had rolling in and out here, this one seems to be attracting the most attention right now of anything.